Okay, now we're going to move into the third stage of the simple process, and that's called alignment. And alignment is a simple idea to understand if you think about your car steering. If you're going down the road and your car is continually trying to veer off to the right or to the left, then the car's out of alignment. And that's the principle that these authors have described that say there are things in our lives that are going to take us off of the path that we want to follow. And that is where we look at the alignment of our lives with our values and our priorities and our goals and our plans. And some of the specific ways we do that is it says that focus involves deciding what really matters, saying yes to the best and no to the rest. So we do have to make decisions about what is really the priorities in our lives. If we see things that are taking us off of the course of where we have said that we believe God is leading us to go, then we have to seriously try to examine the situation and to see if there's anything about it that can be changed so that these things will not continue to take us off of our course. And that will be very important for us. The next line tells us that we need to consider an honest self-assessment and to eliminate bad habits. I had mentioned it before in one of the earlier processes, but examining ourselves is one of the most difficult things that we can do. We have to look in the mirror, we have to objectively look at our lives and try to help determine what is it about our lives that is taking us away from where we really want to be. Now, these things may be limitations that we're not in control of, but I really think the majority of those are things that we do have significant influence over, that we can align ourselves and arrange our lives that are going to allow us to make progress towards our purposes. But it is going to take this honest self-assessment in order to get there. It might not even be a bad idea to bounce this off of your accountability partner, to ask them, do you see this in me? Maybe it's something that we're not seeing. And if we give them permission to be honest with us, perhaps they will see something that we're not seeing. And then we move on to number 2 is accountability. That goes along with what I was just saying. But again, once we choose to align ourselves with these principles and these plans, and these steps that we're intending to take, then we need the accountability to help us stay on track, to help accountability to ourselves, first of all, to God, and accountability with our accountability partner. Number 3 says, in terms of alignment, we need to match our personality and plans and goals to who we are, because everyone's life is going to look different. And Operation Edgar is not about trying to make everyone fit into a predetermined cookie cutter. But these processes apply, and they're true in most of our lives, so that when we align ourselves with these principles, it will look different for different people. Everything does not have to be identical in the way that they happen, but there are principles that we're trying to follow, and we need to match ourselves. Like, for example, if someone says they're going to get up very early and they're not a morning person, well, that would probably not be a good idea to try to do something that goes against who you are. Now, that's not to say that we can't grow and move into more mature positions where we might get up earlier, let's say. But if that's not your personality, perhaps your time of examining your life and going through these processes might be some other time of the day. It's not so important about when it happens, but that it matches your personality and your lifestyle and your characteristics. And then finally, the 4th point in the alignment is that it needs to be flexible. We have to deal with who we are and be willing to say, this is not going to work for me. This is not going to get me to where I want to go. But flexibility is going to be key. And then that's going to help keep us aligned on the purposes that we have predetermined now after we have gone through the clarity process.